What up, my man of society? It is your host with the most, Shadow Log, back at you with another video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's absolutely free. That is how you have a channel get into the algorithm. Highly appreciate if you go ahead and do that. Now, what I wanted to talk about was actually some clippings that were sent to me, right, of adam16, the very own No Jumpers Adam, about this, video or short he had dropped, right, talking about the whole lefty gunplay and bans from the Rose fiasco, right? And I guess essentially banning, bans from the Rose No Jumper, right? I was getting asked by certain individuals, right, like, what's my thoughts on that, right? And now, I don't know Adam personally, right? I wouldn't want to know Adam personally, right? Because I personally don't. I have my views on the individual, right? I think he's a weirdo, even though they're allegations. I mean, they came out of him, his mouth. He's admitted to it. So it's, somebody puts out stuff like that, I know other individuals choose to turn the other cheek because he's never been charged with anything, right? But the fact that it came out of him himself, but people are going to use that as an excuse just to turn the other cheek, right? Or just to get a little taste of the limelight, it already shows you where their morals are at, right? Showing that they truly don't give a fuck about shit like this, but they're going to pretend, right? Because, they came out of his mouth, yet you're still messing with the individuals. But it is what it is, right? I just see things differently, right? Like, if we're going to stand on something, we got to stand on it, right? Because if not, then it's all a gimmick, right? Then it's all fake. So, that's just my thoughts. Now, so when Adam now, I don't know him, but, going based off of just my thoughts, right? I think he's a narcissist, right? Full-blown narcissist with sociopath tendencies. I feel like, Adam doesn't care about nobody but himself. I feel like everything Adam does is just to please himself and himself only. Adam Sting, in my personal opinion, he can't show no empathy, no actual real feelings towards anybody, right? Every time, people have sent me clippings, and even before, when I used to watch him before I even knew about his charges or his weirdo acts, right? It seemed like all his emotions were artificial, like it seemed like they weren't genuine, right? Like he knows that people are supposed to be sad, or this is supposed to make them, depressed, or I guess, where people start to show somebody, sympathy, because the sympathy never seemed legit, right? It's almost like, I'm going to go ahead and just, act like I care because I feel like that's what people are supposed to do in this kind of situation, right? Like, it doesn't come off like, like legit, right? Like, whenever, he's, I guess, shows he cares for somebody, right? Already, and a lot of people who are narcissists or sociopath or even psychopaths or Machiavellianism or, suffer any type of personality disorder, this is how they come across of, like, it seems like anytime they do show that they care or whatever, it doesn't seem like it's legit, right? That's just the way it is. And so I feel like, same thing's happening here, right? Like when he says that he cares about the whole mom thing and stuff like that. Now, why do I feel like if I don't know Adam, then how could I come to those conclusions? Simple, just on the fact of how he treats his closest friends and his behavior in the past, right? Like all the times, of him airing out people's, even his closest friends, business, his wife, you know what I mean? Him being a father and his child, right? About that comment where he said that, sometimes he thinks, how would it be if he just were to, be able to just leave his wife and kids and just like disappear and shit like that, right? Just comments like those, right? And just, his behavior and stuff like that, his tweets, all of this, bro, I find it really hard to believe that he actually cares about bands dissing Lefty's mom, bro. You know what I mean? Because he's just not that type of person, right? His track record proves it time and time and time again. That Adam's just not that type of person. He just doesn't care. So that's why I feel like that's not what it is. So why would he make that comment? Do I feel like the South Side is threatening him? Do I feel like, Adam was scared or whatever. I don't think it's that either, bro. Adam doesn't really take anything seriously. Everything to him is content. It's all about what could get his brand out there, what could get his name buzzing, what could get people talking about him. Everything is about content to Adam. You know, everything is content to Adam. How do I know everything is content to Adam? Just even him putting out, the relationship between him and his wife. Everything is content to Adam. Nothing is off limits to Adam, bro. If your wife and your child is not a, how can I say, off limits of content, then nothing is off limits of content, my boy. You know what I mean? He has shown that time and time and time again. Even his wedding had to be content. So nothing is sacred to Adam, except Adam, how he views himself and, anything that could financially put Adam at a great, position. Despite how people might see it or those closest to him or anything like that. That's just how Adam gets down. Adam will always come first. Adam's needs will always come first before anybody's. So I feel like, him trying to say that he actually has any morals now and stuff like that, it's just there's no evidence to show for that, so only, making me believe that this is just another content move, right? And how could it be a content move? Simple. Now people are going to be talking about, damn, Adam's over here saying that he's banning, creating people to talk about it like we're doing right now, right? And, keeping his name relevant, right? What if Bance comes back on there? I thought he was banned. Oh, what's Lefty going to say next? Right? It's bringing nothing but people now to tune into No Jumper just in case, maybe this story's not over or what's going to be said next, right? It keeps people tuning into his podcast. You know what I mean? Adam understands that a lot of people don't like his content and stuff like that. So Adam is aware he always has to be doing things to get people to come to keep coming back to his channel because he already knows he's not really liked that much, right? Even when he had an individual had asked me, right, if I had watched, and he had sent me the clipping of he had this one other, I don't know, influencer on there, right? Oh, I watched it he sent me the link to the Point and Shoot. There you go, to Point and Shoot. Go subscribe to Point and Shoot. Where he had that, another influencer, right? And Adam was like, yeah, I'm not really. No, the guy said, oh, I think you're respected. And he's like, nah, I know I'm not, but I would like to be respected, right? But he knows that he's not too liked, so he's aware that not that many people like him, right? So, with Adam, he has to always create some type of story or narrative to get people to keep coming back, right? And this is just, in my personal opinion, just another way to make that happen. You know what I mean? In my personal opinion, I think this shit is all staged and is all. I'm not saying like he tapped in with bands or he taps in with Lefty and that this shit is all like WWE. But I know that all of Adam's moves are planned though. Nothing's legit with him, bro. Everything has been, talked about behind the scenes and stuff like that with his team, at least, I'm not saying with other individuals. They're just merely cannon fire. They're just merely puppets in the mix, right? They just don't know it. He's using the Northerners. He's using the Southerners, to bring him content without them knowing about it, though. He's playing them, bro. He's playing both sides, Like I said, they're just not aware of it, right? Because people think that, nah, somebody really wouldn't do that, or why would they do that, or nobody would really, be a lame like that. But people underestimate individuals out there in the planet, bro. Like, you'll be surprised what people will do for attention and content, homie. You know what I'm saying? They do exist, People have to understand how personality disorders work, bro. You have a lot of fake individuals on here that do a lot of stupid shit, makeup shit. They put themselves in, their lives at jeopardy, all just to get views. They make up stories on a day-to-day, falsifying their whole entire careers and lives, right? Claiming that they're this and that, or they've been here and there, and that they have always been in the mix and were never really in the mix and never really. Everything is fake, bro. From nicknames to their whole entire story, bro. And all just to get people just to sit down and pay attention to them, just to get views in a bag. just because they don't want to work, just because they have always been people who always look to cheat the system. You know, YouTube just made it a lot easier for these individuals to now come out and play those moves. You know, there's a lot of people on here, and they happen to be the biggest channels because they're full of so much bullshit, and the stories are so outlandish and absurd that, you know, you get people to tune in, you know, thinking that the chance of potentially being real, right? That hasn't tuning in, but that's just, you know, all made up. You know, Adam's not the only one, bro. You know, it be these biggest channels that be like that, bro. That's one hundo. Lying on a day-to-day, homie. And I'm not hating. I could only call facts for how they are. Facts. You know, if people actually really do their homework and research, you'll be surprised, bro. But that's the thing. These individuals know a lot of people ain't gonna do that, right? So that's why they can fool a lot of people. But I'm just saying, overall, that's just my personal opinion. I feel like this is all part of Adam's scheme and trick. That's just his get down, you know, just like a lot of them. I'm safe, Shadow, we out.